Welcome to Mom's Life Made Simple, the podcast for moms who want to go from chaos to calm, from overwhelmed to organized, and to find balance between family responsibilities and personal growth. I'm your host, Chanel Nielsen. Let's make mom life simple. Hello, welcome to Mom's Life Made Simple. I'm Chanel Nielsen, your host, and I am so excited about this episode. Today we're talking about acceptance. Acceptance is something I've been thinking a lot about lately. And when I'm talking about acceptance, I'm talking about accepting things that come into your life that maybe aren't the way that you want them to be. They're not what you expected, when life kind of throws you a curveball. So that's what we're going to dive into today. I have learned a lot about this topic, and I have some things that I'm really excited to share with you. You know, for me, when I'm going through something, I always just want to be done with it, right? Have this challenge be over and be on the other side. But it's going through those challenges that really provides the benefit and the growth and all of the good things that happen from going through the hard times. So for me, 2023 has definitely been a year of growth. And the reason it's been a year of growth is because it's been a year of challenges. Some things are not mine to share and are too personal to share here publicly, but some I can tell you in our family, there have been health challenges. There have been challenges with my business. My husband traveled from August through November. So for the better part of 3 months, he was gone. He was able to fly home on the weekends, most weekends. And so we got to see him. But for most of those 3 months, he was gone, and I was a single mom. As well as some of my children making choices that I'm not really thrilled about. And so I wanted to talk about some of the things that I've learned through this, and the biggest one, and what I hope that you learned from this episode today, is acceptance. That as we accept the things that we're going through, something amazing happens. Now, I want to read you an excerpt from a book called Women, Food, and God. It's by Janine Roth. And in this book, a woman had written her a letter talking about her career and just saying she hated her career and it's really ruining her life. And she knows it's a path to get to where she wants to go, but for the meantime, in the moment, she's in this career that she hates on a daily basis. And Janine wrote back a letter to her that I think we can learn from. So I'm going to read this to you. It seems as if you chose this career and therefore this career arc. Can you accept that? Not as resignation, which is how people define acceptance. Not as a sense of victimhood, poor me, I can't do anything but accept the situation, but as the willingness to stop defining your tasks as a means to an end and instead inhabit what you yourself have chosen. What if this is exactly what you were supposed to be doing because it is what you are doing? What if each nitty-gritty task is perfection itself and you keep missing it because you're looking for something else? It's like washing the dishes. If you focus on getting the dishes done so that your kitchen will be clean, you miss everything that happens between dirty and clean. The warmth of the water, the pop of the bubbles, the movements of your hand. You miss the life that happens in the middle zone, between now and what you think your life should be like. And when you miss those moments because you'd rather be doing something else, you are missing your own life. Those moments are gone. You will never get them back. Even when you become something, because they were right, you really were going places. Even when you arrive at being someone, because you are where you were going, your life may not be any better if you haven't learned to be awake, alive, now. To take this moment for what it is. It's just as easy to be miserable when you are someone special as when you are no one in particular. Because even someone special still has to live in her own skin and deal with boredom, rejection, loneliness, disappointment. The writer Annie Dillard says, "How you spend your days is how you spend your life. Be unwavering in how you spend your days. Since you're going to be reviewing documents anyway, why not be aware of your breath and the ticking clock while you are doing it? Whatever it offers, the reality of your day-to-day life has to be better than the self-inflicted misery you are creating through the stories you are telling yourself. It has to be better. Come back, break the trance, pay attention to your breath, your arms, your legs. Listen to sounds, the scrape of a chair, the whir of the copy machine. Notice colors, the royal blue of a coworker's dress, the coffee stain on your boss's tie. Wake up to the riot of life around you every second. The singer, Pearl Bailey, said, "People see God every day. They just don't recognize him." What if every day was a chance to see a new version of God? What if what you needed was right in front of you and you were not recognizing it? You already have everything you need to be content. Okay, that was a long quote, but I read that and I love that so much. I wish that we were face to face and we could sit down and talk about it, because there's so much depth in that passage and so many things that we can learn from it about what acceptance means. So often, like this woman, she's in a career doing something that she really doesn't want to do. And because she doesn't want to do it, she is fighting against this moment instead of realizing all the joy, all the beauty that is in the moment. I love the analogy of the dishes. I think because I can relate, do a lot of dishes. And do you ever stop to think about what's in between dirty and clean dishes? I don't as often as I should, right? Mostly I am thinking, okay, I want to get through this. I want these dishes clean. I want the kitchen clean. I'm not thinking of the life that happens in the middle. And she says life happens in the middle zone. And it does. It's all the things that happen when we're en route to something else. And it's so powerful if we live in that moment and see all the beauty in that moment, because joy always comes in the now. Joy is in the present moment. It's so cool. There was another line in there that I loved where she said, "What if this is exactly what you are supposed to be doing because it is exactly what you are doing?" What a cool thought, right? What if this is just exactly how it's supposed to be right now? I have a family member that's making a choice that to me it's heartbreaking. It's a heartbreaking choice. And quite honestly, I have been grieving over this choice. I often break down. I try to be strong and go throughout my day, but I get really sad about this choice. And I was listening to a podcast by Ben Hardy. And he said, we can learn faster from our challenges if we ask ourselves the following questions. These are the questions. Why is this exactly the lesson I need right now? How is this happening for me, not to me? How can I learn from this, and how can I benefit from this? And it's interesting because my husband and I had been talking about this person and their choices, and we were saying, we know the answers, right? Pray and read your scriptures. And how do you be happy when you're in the midst of a struggle? And we felt like, okay, yes, we're doing those things and it's still a challenge. And this came as an answer to me. I took these questions and I sat down and I journaled about this situation. And I wrote down, I'm going to repeat these questions. If you're somewhere where you can write them down, write them down. They're so powerful. Why is this exactly the lesson I need right now? And so I wrote down, okay, why is this the lesson that I need right now? How is this happening for me, not to me? How can I learn from this? How can I benefit from this? And even with this situation that's so painful, after writing these things, I saw that because of this situation, I'm learning to be more humble. I'm learning more compassion. I am getting a chance to exercise more love and just be the loving kind of person that I want to be. I'm getting a chance to exercise less judgment. I'm learning more about turning to God in hard times. It isn't what I want, but it is exactly the lesson that I need right now. I'm also learning on a deep level how to have faith even when it doesn't seem like the outcome that I want is coming to pass. I can still learn to live and maintain my faith. And that's an exercise every day to do that. Now, that is acceptance. Acceptance is saying, this is what's happening right now. And even though I don't like it, I recognize the good in it. I recognize the lesson in it. I recognize that it's happening for me. When you get to that point, you learn the lesson so much faster. It's an amazing thing. As I did that journaling exercise, something shifted in me, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can handle this. I can accept this situation because look at all the good that's coming from it. I had a similar situation when my husband was gone and I was having a hard time with him being gone and with one of our other children. And I wrote down all of the reasons why it was good that my husband was gone. I really like him. I like having him here. And it wasn't natural, my natural tendency to think, oh, it's so good that he's gone. And yet when I saw all of the good things, the benefits and the blessings that I could have while he was gone, it changed my perspective. So I think that sometimes it can be really hard to lean in and want to accept the things that are happening to us because we think that if we don't accept it, we think if we fight against it, that somehow that's going to change it. But often we can't change the circumstances. The only choice we have is to change ourselves. And acceptance is the fast path there. It's the path to changing ourselves, to getting in line with whatever is surrounding us. And I would add, it's the path to joy. So I hope this has given you some food for thought. It's been a definite learning process for me. And I encourage you, if you're going through something hard, to sit with those questions, to ask yourself what you're learning from it and see what you come up with and what you're able to learn as you accept the things that you're going through. Thanks for listening to Mom's Life Made Simple. Need some help making your mom life simple? I offer group coaching programs using my 4-step method called the Mom's Method. This is a process of manifestation, organization, mobilization, and simplification that will give you the balance, progress, and joy you're looking for. Visit ChanelNielsen.com or go to bit.ly/momlifebook to get your copy of my brand new book, Stop Putting Yourself Last. I love to hear from you, so reach out with your questions, your feedback, and let me know how I can help make your mom life simple.